welcome to another Lawn Fawn video. Today we are introducing our new set, Trim the Tree, and its coordinating dies. I absolutely love this set because you can decorate your own Christmas tree even before we get to Christmas. It's so much fun, the possibilities are really endless, and the dies make it so easy. So let's go ahead and stamp it out and then make a fun project with it. So the main part of this set is this awesome Christmas tree. So these Christmas trees have two different bases. We have this larger base here, and then we have this smaller, more of a tray base. I think they both look really cute. So just depending on your project, you can switch up the trays, which is fun. Then after that, we have all of these ornament options, star for the top of the tree. We even have little strings of lights. So let's go ahead and stamp those out and see what they look like. Here's the classic circular ornament. We have a great bell. I just love this one. We have the classic bulb. We also have these solid little circles, and what's great about these is if you wanted to do a faster stamping than maybe these that you have to color in individually, you could stamp these out in different colors straight onto the tree and get a really great look that way. By alternating the sizes of the dots too, you'll get some really fun looks. We also have a smaller of the round shaped ornament, which is nice to mix and match those two. Another thing that I really love is that the larger solid dot can also fill in this circle. So for example, you could stamp it there, take that larger solid dot, I'm just going to stamp it in black, stamp it off for a lighter color, and stamp right over that circle. And you could color your smaller ornaments that way too, which I love that because you can make a lot of cards that way. We also have fun little extra items like candy canes, and I love that they're facing in both directions so you can switch them up. A really cute mini stocking, and a little gingerbread man too. We have some fun stamps that coordinate with these ornaments. So we have this little hanger piece here, so you can see when you stamp it, for example with the light bulb, all of a sudden it's got a little place to hang it. You can also see here with the ball how great that looks. It gives it that really extra ornament kind of look. And then we have two bows that kind of do the same thing as the ornament hook. So you can see you can stamp the bow, for example, on top of the bell and get a really great look, and the bow kind of has the same effect as the ornament hook, as you can see here. We also have a different shaped bow, and I even like the bows just on their own on the tree too. So you could stamp the bows all over the tree, but this shape bow works really well with the more pointed ornament. So you can see how cute that is on there. We also have a little dotted line that works really well as an ornament chain. So you can see there you can add it to any of the ornaments and hang your ornaments from the tree that way. So you could do it directly like this, or with the bow, or with the hanging tab. Really, the possibilities are endless. We have this large star, which is perfect for the top of the tree. And then we have two other size stars, and they're solid, so it makes for easy, real fast tree decorating. Like if you wanted to make a bunch of cards, you could add a ton of stars to the tree and it would just look fantastic. And it's so nice to have three sizes. You can make a cute background with that too. We have an open heart, which I actually really like as a tree topper too. I think it's really cute. And a smaller solid heart to coordinate. I showed you earlier this shorter chain. We also have a longer chain, depending on how you'd like to decorate your tree. So you can see you can add that one on there too. And the ornaments could be really cute on a card on their own also. And now we have one of my favorite stamp sets from this set, and that is this little item here, and it looks like a glowing light, which I think is so pretty. We also have a solid, and you can layer them together just like we did with the smaller dots, so you can color it in using a different black and then maybe using yellow together, or using different colored inks you can color in by using the solid and the outline together. We have really great presents to put around the tree. And next we have our string of lights, and what I love about this is you can bend it or shape it depending on what you want on your tree, because you could put it on your block. straight, bent and curved, anything. But it does come with a really great curve that's perfect for this Christmas tree. And when you want to stamp it on the rest of the Christmas tree, we have a smaller one that fits perfectly here. And then what you can do is just selectively ink it up for smaller amounts, depending on how high you want the lights to go on your tree. So there are the open, longer lights, and then we have solid to go along with it. So you can stamp the solid on their own, or you can do like we've done in the past here and color these in with the solid one. There's the smaller lights, and I wanted to show you how you can get a smaller string of lights by just inking up some of them. So you don't have to ink up all of them. You can see you can get just a tiny little row like that. And here are the solids to go along with it. And then we can go ahead and color them in again with the solid stamp over the outline stamp. Last but not least, we have some really great sentiments, and they're separated out. So you can do Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas and Happy Holidays. You can do Merry Holidays too. And so you can stamp them together or stacked on top. So you can see here that they both have rectangular bases, so we just have to line them both up together and we'll get a perfectly straight sentiment. You can see how cute that is. So now I can show you how easy it is to stack them with the rectangles. So all you have to do is just kind of line it up and make sure it's evenly spaced. You can stack them right on top of each other with that square base and just ink it up. And you can see how great it looks either stacked or as a long sentiment. So I went ahead and added some quick color to these fun ornaments in this tree here that I colored kind of in a messy style with Copics, which I think looks really cute once you add the ornaments to it because you get this really cool look of like kind of the pine needles coming through. But I wanted to show you another fun way to color in this tree, and that's paper piecing, and it's kind of one of my favorite things to do with this tree. So you could do it with some plain green cardstock, which would look awesome, or you can do it with different patterns of paper. And in our new Peace, Joy, Love collection, we have this really great polka dot. In the 6x6 pad, we have this really awesome bouquet pattern. And then we have a really great green plaid. So there's a lot of greens that have kind of a subtle texture that's really great to use for the tree. I really like this plaid for the tree, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp my tree stamp on it. So I had a little oops there and I dropped my stamp. So I'm going to stamp it one more time and try not to drop it this time. There we go. And now is a perfect time to start using the dies. So you could cut this out directly if you wanted, or you can use the die. And I actually like the little extra green border that it leaves. So you just line the die up right with your stamped image. And then you can run it right through your die cut machine. And so here you can see how great it is, and the pattern paper just colors it for you that way. Now, to color the little tree branch here, you could either cut a piece of brown paper out, or I actually just like to color right over the pattern paper. So I just use a brown marker to color right over the paper, and I actually really like it because the plaid still shows through, but you get the brown color. And then all you need to do is just glue it straight on your paper, and it looks awesome that way. Now, one of the best things about this set is all of the little tiny dies. They help out so much, and the other thing I love about them is that you could cut out a bunch of these all at once and then decorate a bunch of trees. It could even be a fun project for kids to do too, which I think would be really cute to create a little, decorate your own tree craft project. So I went ahead and die cut all the pieces in this set. There are so many little dies, which is awesome because then you can go ahead and, for example, take your string of lights and start adding it to your tree. And so it's really fun to have a bunch of little die cut pieces, and then you can start putting the tree together. So I'd have my tree here, and I can choose which tray I want. I can layer that like that, and then I can go ahead and put the presents around the tree, and you can keep adding the ornaments and really have fun decorating. So you can put the tree in which pot you want, and then you can even add the star to the top of the tree. You can add lights, which is really fun. You could have some going diagonally too. And you can just start adding your ornaments and really having a blast with them. The other thing that's really great with some of the dies in this set, you can actually cut from colored cardstock and get some great looks. So the hearts out of pink and the stars out of yellow, you can do it without the stamps. Also, these little circles turn out really cute for adding as ornaments to the tree if you just wanted to do something simple without any stamping. Of course, it'd be really fun and maybe some silver cardstock or things like that. So I love that you can use the dies with the stamps like this, or you can also even do them in plain colored or patterned cardstock. So I thought it would be cool to create an awesome layered tree. So I'm going to start off by stamping this tree 4 times, and the die is going to make this really easy to do. And next I'm going to add some quick color, and I'm going to layer each one of these pieces. So on this first one I only need to color the bottom, and on the second one I only need to color the second part up, and so forth. So now I have all 4 parts of the tree colored for the tree base. And now we're going to use the die to cut each tree out, and that's going to help us piece them together. Okay, so this one is our base, and then we're going to layer the pieces on top. So we'll have to do a little bit of cutting, but not too much thanks to the die, and the die leaves us with that beautiful little white border too. So I realized before I started cutting that it might be easier to do my stamping I'm going to do first. So we're going to use some Versamark because we're going to heat emboss in silver, and we're going to emboss these cute little string of lights in silver on the tree. We'll stamp it out. Add some silver heat embossing powder. And then we'll add some heat. And now we're going to repeat the process. So now we're going to stamp the next one, and this stamp is a little bit too large, and I want to make sure that none of the ornaments get on the side of the tree. So I'm just going to use a Post-it to protect the side of my Christmas tree. So there's one there and one there, and now we can stamp without worrying. See, that turned out perfectly. And we can repeat the process again. And now we're repeating the same process. I've protected the top of the tree. I'm going to use my cute little silver ornaments. And pull my Post-its off. And now the sides have been protected. So now we can go ahead and continue to cut apart our trees. So now that my pieces are all lined, you'll see we're going to be able to line them up and create a really cool kind of scalloped tree. So to create this really cool kind of dimensional tree, the first thing I'm going to do is roll up all of these bottom edges because I really want there to be this really cool dimension. The next step is going to be to put foam adhesive along the bottom, but normal adhesive here. And that's going to create that kind of scalloped look. And so you can see the dimension we're going to get there. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to curl the edges like that, add foam squares along the bottom, and normal adhesive up top. And then we'll do the last thing with the very top of the tree. And you can see how beautiful that looks. I love all of that dimension. It looks so cool. So I'm going through our Peace Joy Love 6x6 pad. I love these papers so much. And I'm going to pick out some cute colors for this tree. So I have here a card base that is 3.5 inches wide by 5 inches tall. It's one of my favorite card sizes. And I'm going to go ahead and line it with this Peace Joy Love paper in some traditional Christmas colors mixed with some blue and the chalkboard in there too. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is add a little glow for the tree. So I'm going to use some Distress ink and scattered straw and one of these cool little foam sponge dauber things by Sukaneko. And here I have an instant mask because this is the die cut negative from when I cut all the pieces of the tree out. I'm going to use Post-it to hold it down up top. Another Post-it to hold it here at the bottom. And I'm going to use some Distress ink here and scattered straw. And so I'm just going to fill in the edges here, and you'll see why in a second. So now you'll see this is going to kind of give me the general idea of where the glow should go. Now I'm going to have to extend it past that a little bit because you'll see right here that, you know, the tree is going to cover up that. So this is my little kind of guide here, and I'm going to ink up my little foam thing, and you could use a makeup sponge or any kind of piece of foam that you have, and start in the middle and then go out a little bit to create this glow. The reason I'm starting in the middle first is so that it's not too dark. You kind of just get the lighter part of the glow out there. So I can kind of test it and see how it's going. And I don't want there to be too much glow, but just enough just to make the card just a little more special. So I'm going to do that on the other side now. And now you can see we have a really great glow coming out of the tree. So the next thing I'm going to do is adhere my little kind of tree pot here that we cut out earlier. Just running a little glue along the bottom. And then we can attach the cute little tree pot. Then next we're going to adhere everything with foam adhesive, but on the heart I'm actually going to put a double layer. So I'm putting one on, peeling it off, and then adding one more, because I really want the heart to stand out. Now I'm going to let these things dry, and while we're waiting I want to decorate the inside of the card, which is going to be easier to do before I add all that other stuff in there. Now one thing I love about clear stamps is you can kind of use them to position out and plan out your card. So I'm actually really liking how this is going to look because there's going to be no sentiment on the outside. I thought it would be fun to add it to the inside with a little extra stamping too. Now I'm ready to stamp this portion in the card. And now again I can go ahead and stamp my cute little ornament. Then I'm going to stamp this great bow on top. I'm going to take my Post-it out again to protect the top of my card. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp out the little chain. Then I'm just going to add a little green and red. And I'm going to add the glitter at the end because I want to be able to close the card to add the rest of my project here. So we're going to add some foam adhesive on the tree, just like that. And then we'll add our heart on top. Now we're going to go ahead and add some glitter to our heart, just to add a little sparkle and shine. And then on the inside, I'm going to go ahead and use this silver pen to decorate the ornament, just to match the silver we have going on the outside with those cute strings of lights. And now we have our cute, sweet card, perfect for Christmas. So this is Trim the Tree. I love this set because you can get a really great Christmas tree out of it that looks awesome colored or paper pieced too with some cute pattern papers. And then you can add all of these little ornaments to it to decorate the tree, which is so much fun. And I love that the possibilities are endless with it. There are a ton of dies for this set, which is great because you can cut out all of these little ornaments. You could even cut out a bunch at once and then layer which ones you want and make a bunch of cards, which I think would be really fun. And I love how they look with that cute little white border. We also created a fun little card here where we showed how you can stamp directly on the tree with them too. So it looks great with the die, as you can see here how cute that would look, but it also looks great stamped directly. So you have a lot of options with this set. And I went ahead and used the die to cut the tree out, but then layered all of these little pieces so that it looked like a cute little scalloped three-dimensional tree. I also really like these ornaments for decorating the insides of cards too. I think it looks really adorable. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have the most amazing day. Bye!